always thought that this would be easier somehow. I thought that everyone would help me, with all my friends together beside me. I've been trying so hard.
Maybe you're trying too hard. They told me everything.
The group camps in Macalania woods. Finally together again and safe from pursuers, they have a well-earned chance for respite. Tidus can tell Yuna's faith is shaken. Yevon has betrayed her. Yuna is alone at a pond. Tidus goes to her. He finally has the chance to apologize to her for all the things he said without knowing the truth about the pilgrimage and its finality. Tidus asks Yuna to quit the pilgrimage. They talk about all the things they could do together. He could take her to his Xanacant. They could see Blitzball and have fun day and night. Suddenly Yuna starts crying and says she can't go. Tidus comforts her. They kiss and have a romantic moment in each other's arms. Yuna decides to continue the journey. She cannot give up now. Even if she was together with Tidus, she could never forget. She asks him to stay with her until the end. Yuna sends Tidus ahead to the camp. As he walks away, she whistles and he runs back. They leave together, hand in hand. Yuna announces to the group the journey will continue at dawn. Tidus asks Yuna to give up the pilgrimage and to live a normal life. Implied in this is that she'll live it with him. First Yuna seems to agree. She plays along, coming up with all kinds of things they could do in his Xanacant. It's a fantasy, and they both know it, but they fantasize together. Then Yuna breaks down, unable to dream any longer. Tidus and Yuna kiss for the first time. Yuna decides to continue her pilgrimage. She makes a choice. She rejects life together with Tidus. Bringing the calm is more important than being with the man she loves. But she doesn't reject him completely. She asks him to stay with her until the end. Implied in this is that he stays with her until she sacrifices her life for the good of the many. Not until the end. Always, says Tidus. He hasn't given up on her.
Wait, I'll go with you.
Yuna calls Tidus to her by whistling, repeating the symbol created in Luca and repeated at Macalania Lake when Trommel was leading Yuna away to be wed to Seymour. Here she sends him away, then changes her mind and signals it with the whistle. The symbol communicates more than any words could between them and to the audience at this point in their relationship. She repeats the symbol of the relationship after turning down his offer to spend his life with her, signaling that although she decided to put the needs of the many ahead of her personal needs, her feelings for him haven't changed.
I'll continue. I must. If I give up now, I could do anything I wanted to. And yet, Even if I was with you, I could never forget.
Death rules over life to an extent Tidus and Yuna could not have imagined when they left Besaid. Tidus offers to spend his life with Yuna. He asks her to quit the pilgrimage, to not die, to not sacrifice her life for the calm. Yuna declines the offer. She must continue. Sin, death incarnate, dictates the direction of their relationship. Yuna is willing to bring the calm. Before, she thought one day Sin might not come back after being defeated, and death's rule would be overthrown. Now, she knows Sin will come back after she gives her life to defeat it, but still she's willing to make the sacrifice. By making this decision, Yuna acts as if she now accepts the thematic arguments made by Grandmaster Micah, the truth of Yevon, the false moral argument of hope from self-sacrifice.
Yuna.
The long, eventful ordeal stage is over. Both heroes have survived multiple encounters with death. They have clashed with the shadow twice and emerged victorious. Yuna has visited the last temple and now has all the aeons she needs. The last stretch of the pilgrimage is to Xanakant. Tidus has learned the grim truth about the Summoner's pilgrimage. The heroes have learned the truth of Yevon and its corruption. They have reaped rewards throughout the ordeal. Now that the ordeal is over, they experience one more reward before taking the road back and continuing the journey. The heroes and their allies are once again reunited and out of danger. A campsite in the woods outside Bevel offers a moment of well-earned rest. It gives the group a chance to talk about what has happened and plan ahead. After being separated for a long time, Tidus and Yuna share an intimate moment. They kiss for the first time. But Yuna also rejects Tidus' proposal to quit the pilgrimage to be with him.
Sir Orin? Waka? Lulu? Kamari? Riku? Everyone, we leave at dawn.
After the ordeal, the hero Yuna chooses to take the road back and continue towards the ultimate goal, Xanakant. The special world that is the Summoner's pilgrimage has changed. Being branded a traitor, Yuna continues her journey as an outcast. The privileges summoners usually enjoy are now lost to her.
I can't. I just can't. Even if I was with you, I could never forget.
This is Yuna's lowest point. Her faith is shaken after learning the truth of Yevon, questioning it, and being branded a traitor. The story goal seems out of reach. Sin cannot be truly defeated. Tidus offers her a way out. She doubles down on her quest and rejects the offer to be with the man she loves. It seems like Yuna cannot win at anything. She decides to continue the pilgrimage, to sacrifice her life like her father did before her and bring the calm.
I'll continue. I must. If I give up now, I could do anything I wanted to. And yet...
Starting her pilgrimage, Yuna moved from the hero archetype of the orphan to the wanderer, literally and figuratively. She wandered across Spira on her pilgrimage, ending up on places she did not intend to go. She was a wanderer in the matters of the heart, becoming infatuated with Tidus while knowing she shouldn't fall in love not to endanger the pilgrimage. Events of the ordeal, the midpoint crisis, force her to change. Now Yuna moves on from the hero archetype of the wanderer to the warrior. This means no more wandering. She knows what she must do to reach the goal and has the tools for it, or at least she thinks she does. Being a warrior means being proactive. Her first step forward is rejecting Tidus' offer to quit the pilgrimage to be with him, although she instantly takes a step back, calling him to her with the whistle, unable to watch him walk away from her. Yuna fights for her goal. Her situation is harder than before. She has more opponents than ever. The Institute of Yevon has branded her a traitor. Her uncle Sid wants to stop her pilgrimage. Seymour wants her help in becoming Sin. Her own guardians try to talk her out of facing Sin.
The Calmlands. Long ago, the High Summoners fought Sin here. The road ends here. Beyond, there are no towns, no villages, only endless plains.
Many summoners stray from their path and lose their way here.
The group reaches Calmlands. There are no more towns or temples along the road. Tidus promises Yuna she won't die. He'll find a way to save her. They stop to rest at an Albed travel agency. A priest from Bevel brings news. Yuna and her guardians have been named Kinnock's murderers. Kelk Ronso has left Yevon. There is unrest in Bevel. Tidus and Riku try to think of a way to save Yuna. As they are leaving Calmlands, two Guado bring summons from Seymour. When Yuna refuses, they bring out the large machina to fight them.
I won't let you die. I'll find a way somehow.
Following Yuna's shift, Tidus also moves on to the hero archetype of the warrior. Tidus has shed most of his innocence in the ordeal. He knows who the enemy is. He knows what awaits Yuna. Now he fights to save her life. Being a warrior means being proactive. Tidus promises Yuna that he will not let her die. He will find a way. He asks Riku to help him think of something. The biggest obstacle Tidus will face is not a physical confrontation with a villain, but searching and discovering the moral argument of the story, learning the lesson, the theme of the story, which will force him to move on to the hero archetype of the martyr.
I always thought that this would be easier somehow. I thought that everyone would help me, with all my friends together beside me. I've been trying so hard.
Both heroes, Tidus and Yuna, start their journey innocent in different ways. Tidus knew nothing of Spira, Sin, or Yevon. Yuna was unable to question the thematic arguments that governed her life. By the end of the midpoint crisis, most of this innocence is shed away. They now know the esoteric truths of Yevon. Tidus knows the fate that awaits summoners at the end of the pilgrimage. Yuna knows sin is eternal and the rebirth cannot be stopped. As the innocence fades away, it gives room for something new. In tandem with the hero archetype of warrior, a martyr, both heroes move toward the magician, becoming able to do something no one thought possible before. If they are to reach their goal, they must become capable of performing miracles.
I am a summoner. I must fight and defeat sin.
Like Braska before you.
Yuna!
Yes, sir!
The song you were listening to.
If she calls it, then the final Aeon's gonna kill her. Even if she defeats Sin, it will kill Uni too, you know?
What's going on?
Aren't those weapons forbidden by Yevon?
There are exceptions.
Only the power of death truly commands in Spira.
It is a cycle of death, spiraling endlessly.
Stay with me. Until the end. Please.
The two grand symbols of the story are the pilgrimage and sin. The pilgrimage is fleeting hope for the people, human sacrifice to bring the calm. Sin is the god of Yevon, the instrument of the never-ending cycle of death, and sin always comes back after being defeated. The connection between these two grand symbols is so strong that they alone define each other. There is not one without the other. Now the story is past its midpoint. The symbols and the symbol web keep developing. At the start of the third quarter of the story, many symbols have gained new meaning. Now Tidus and the audience know the truth about the pilgrimage's sacrificial nature and the truth of Yevon. Yet the pilgrimage continues. Yuna decides to continue. Sin keeps coming back no matter how many summoners give their lives. Spira is in a never-ending spiral of death. Even the maesters of Yevon are unsent. The grand symbols are connected to the two sets of thematic arguments and questions. This set of connections reveals a declining morality. Death rules over life in more ways than one. The maesters of Yevon are unsent. Spira is governed by a dead man. Sin always comes back. Yuna is expected to give her life only to bring hope for the people and continue the cycle of Sin's rebirth. The moral guidelines concerning the use of Machina is broken by those who oversee it. Bevel, the heart of Yevon, is filled with Machina. The gods and a maester wield Machina weapons. Completing the pilgrimage should have led to Sin's defeat and victory. Then Tidus and Yuna would have been able to be together. Tidus would have rose to his father's level.
We'll save Yuna even if she calls the final Aeon.
But how?
I'll think of a way.
But what if you can't?
I'm tired of talking to you. It's always but this, but that.
But...
Let's think together.
Okay.
And if we can't think of something, we find another way.
Okay.
At the start of the third quarter of the story, the dramatic questions are still at odds with each other. Will Tidus and Yuna defeat Sin? Sin cannot be truly defeated. The rebirth cannot be stopped. Tidus tries to talk Yuna out of completing her pilgrimage and live a normal life instead. Yuna wants to continue even after Yevon brands her a traitor. Will Tidus and Yuna be together? Tidus and Yuna kiss for the first time and talk about the future, a future together. Yuna chooses to complete the pilgrimage instead of living a normal life, but she asks him to stay with her until the end. Will Tidus rise to his father's level and be worthy of his praise? Jecht became a legendary guardian by guarding Braska and allowing him to sacrifice himself. Tidus tries to prevent Yuna from sacrificing herself.
Gagazet is Ronso land, sacred mountain of Yevon. The mountain will not bear the footsteps of infidels.
Enemy of Yevon is enemy of Ronso. Leave, traitors!
The group arrives at Mount Gagazet and starts the ascent. Ronso bar their way. Yuna is an outcast to Yevon and not allowed to pass. Yuna convinces Kelk Ronso of her will to fight Sin and bring the calm.
Everything lost. What do you fight for?
I fight for Spira. The people long for the calm. I can give it to them. It's all I can give. Defeating sin, ending pain. This I can do.
Even sacrificing yourself.
Kelko recognizes that despite being an outcast, her resolve is strong. He allows her to pass. The two Ronso who have been picking on Kimahri stop him. Biran and Yenke challenge Kimahri to prove his strength. Kimahri defeats them in battle.
You win, Kimahri Ronso.
The Ronso promise to stop pursuers from the temple. They sing the hymn of the Fayth to Yuna and her guardians. The group climbs the perilous mountain. Tidus and Riku have been unable to think of a way to save Yuna. Tidus wants to go to Zanarkand with her. He hopes a way will present itself there. Seymour appears again. The Ronso were unable to stop him. He speaks of Jecht getting free should he become the next Sin. Yuna and her guardians fight and defeat Seymour. Being an unsent, his defeat still isn't final. Tidus confirms to the group that Sin is Jecht. He is prepared to fight his own father.
Now go! The sacred heights of Gagazet welcome you.
We thank you.
The pilgrimage has become separated from Yevon. Both Kelko Ronso and Yuna have left the temple, yet they are connected to the pilgrimage. The Ronso guard Mount Gagazet. Yuna continues her journey. Yuna is resolved to bring the calm. It's the only thing that matters to her. The Ronso sing the hymn of the Fayth to Yuna after recognizing her resolve. The hymn is sung by people who have little to do with Yevon or temples, and it's sung to a summoner who's been cast out of Yevon and branded a traitor.
Zanarkand was doomed to oblivion. That's why we tried to save it, if only in a memory.
What did you do?
The remaining summoners and the townspeople that survived the war, they all became Fayth, Fayth for the summoning.
The summoning? You mean Sin?
No, I mean this place. A Zanarkand that never sleeps.
The mountainside is covered with people turned to stone, a wall of Fayth. They are used in a summoning. Tidus touches the wall and is transported to his old home of Zanarkand. The ghostly figure of a child who has made appearances throughout the story greets Tidus, welcoming him home. The Fayth reveals that all of Tidus' Zanarkand is a dream of the Fayth, the people and the buildings. Tidus and Jecht both are part of the dream. Only they've been made something more by coming into contact with Sin. The Fayth are tired of dreaming. Tidus and his father could end their dream. Tidus is shocked by the revelation. He doesn't want to listen. His friends are calling to him. He wakes from the dream and doesn't say anything about the experience. As they approach the mountain peak, new trials await. Yunalesca, the first summoner to defeat Sin, has sent a fiend to test Yuna. She awaits her in Zanarkand. As the first ruins of Xanakant come into view, Riku tries to change Yuna's mind. Yuna drops a sphere recording. Tidus picks it up without anyone noticing. The recording is of Yuna on Mihen High Road. In it, she addresses all her guardians, thanking them. She confirms having fallen in love with Tidus.
The dreams of the Fayth summoned the memories of the city. They summoned all the buildings, all the people who lived there.
The people? What? They're all dreams? Me? Too?
Tidus is a dream of the Fayth, a dream of dead people turned to stone. He is not of the living. The groundwork for the thematic synthesis is laid here. Yunalesca awaits Yuna in Xanakant. Yet another unsent person is involved in the cycle of death. Yuna is still determined to defeat sin and bring the calm. And she has been since the very beginning, even when she confessed her feelings for Tidus.
Remember me? We met in Bavel.
Yeah?
But that wasn't the first time we met. I've known about you for a long time. A long, long time.
Here is an unexpected reward stage for Tidus, although it does not feel like one for him. The ghostly child Fayth appears as a herald of change with epiphany and clairvoyance. Tidus has made it this far in his journey. He has earned to learn the truth about himself. This event builds up to Tidus becoming a true hero, to powerful archetypal stages and events: apotheosis, sacrifice, resurrection, and return with the elixir. In a sudden dream state, Tidus is enthused by the Fayth of Bavel. Normally Fayth only appear to summoners, they are taboo. Now this apparition reveals itself to Tidus outside any chamber and temple. It is a herald, signaling change. To become a true hero, Tidus must yet again change. The Fayth reveals that Tidus and Jecht are dreams of the Fayth. All of his home city of Xanakant is conjured by the dream of the Fayth. Sin did not move Tidus 1,000 years into the future. It brought him out of the small illusionary city into the real world, out of the paradise-like dream into reality where life is suffering. The Fayth Wall has been summoning Dream Xanakant for 1,000 years. The Fayth are tired. They want their dream to end. Tidus and Jecht can do that. They are more than just dreams now after coming into contact with sin. The Fayth recognize Tidus as someone capable of ending their dream, which is something no one else has accomplished in 1,000 years. They are trying to tell him that he is capable of a miracle. Tidus is too confused to comprehend the epiphany.
Would you and your father, would you let us rest? Both you and your father have been touched by sin. Sin, the one around whom all Spira, the spiral, revolves.
The Fayth that appears to Tidus is a herald of change, bringing Tidus another call to action. Tidus is in a new situation. He is a dream of the Fayth. He can end the dream. The call is to become a true hero, to make the ultimate sacrifice.
No! So what if I'm a dream? I like being here.
Tidus rejects the call. He cannot understand its importance. So what if I'm a dream, he says, ready to forget about it. Tidus is unable to accept the call to become a true hero because he hasn't learned the lesson yet. Once he discovers the moral argument of the story, he becomes able to accept the call to form thematic synthesis and become a true hero through sacrifice.